This is Fountain
Every
Street
week I find it
Church.
hard to find the best ones, but somehow, like I said, you'll hear what I'm trying to say even when the words
Here,
are
we strive to free the mind, grow the soul, and change the world. Here, there is freedom to doubt and freedom to believe. Here, you can find a house of prayer for all people.
the swallow up Jonah.
Welcome to Fountain Street Church. Join us on the journey.
Good morning. Marilyn and I were listening to that, feeling inspired, and I said, oh, now I wish I were going to do a different song because of what I just said. And she said, oh, that happens to me all the time. All right, interesting segue. Y'all remember Santana? Some of us. You got to change your evil ways. And pay attention to the golden rule. You got to change. And pay no mind to your evil fool. You're criticizing your neighbors all around, 'cause you are certain that your way's the only in town. But you can't go on, Lord knows you gotta change. I gotta change my evil ways and pay attention to the golden rule. I gotta change people and pay no mind to my evil fool. You know I've done things that I'm not proud. I've hurt some others that I love. That's not allowed. I can't go on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We gotta change our evil ways, people, before it's too late and the chance is gone. We gotta change, people. The time has come and it won't be long. We gotta listen to others and hear what they say instead of telling them always to do what we say. We can't go on. We gotta change. We gotta try, people. Maybe tomorrow there'll be no more war. We gotta change, people. Maybe tomorrow rich will help the poor. Maybe love will conquer, just like they say. Maybe evil will falter, be driven away. We must go on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We gotta change. We gotta change. We gotta change.
Preach it, sister. It is so, or may it be so. That was That's good preaching there, Robin. Thank you. The segue is perfect because it isn't following what I said before. It's preceding what I'm going to say now that makes the most difference. I got to do the segue now. And you've hit just the right note. We're in Lent now, a Christian season of penitence and reflection. Time to think about your evil ways. Exactly. That's what it's there for, right? And back in our early worship this morning, Jason Hubbard was reminding us that there are other penitential or repenting seasons, and reminded us of the Hebrew word teshuvah, which means to turn around and go back, because we all stray from where we think we ought to be. We all wander off the path from time to time. I think it's good that Lent starts in the winter, though, when it's cold and gray. There aren't any distractions. And after all, we've been trying to laugh it off since the beginning of Advent. Oh, let's have a party. Here, eat a cookie. Then there's New Year's Eve, blow up a balloon, get drunk. And in other worlds, they have Carnival and Mardi Gras, and it all feels like you're beating off the winter, but then comes Ash Wednesday, and nature says, I can last a lot longer than you. Winter wins it always does. And the heart has to submit. The cold gets under your coat, under your skin. And we remember that in Dante's hell, the innermost circle is not made of fire, but ice. Shorn of all delusions, now is the best time for the soul to do its hard work. Therefore, as I say every week, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be found true in thy sight, thou who art my rock and my redeemer. So let's start with a little story, a short one. It's a spring story so you can feel warm. I was dragging my exhausted wife and 2 sons on yet another day trip away from London in my long sabbatical a dozen years ago. It was pleasant in England. It was a green and pleasant land, just like the song says. And we took the train out to Windsor. It's a town west of London, out past the airport. It's famous because there's a castle there where the Queen goes for the weekend. She was not at home that day, so they let the rest of us in to wander around. And among the buildings you can visit in this very old castle is some place called St. George's Chapel. It's the official home of the most noble order of the Knights of the Garter. It's a group of ceremonial knights that have been in existence since the 14th century, and the sovereign, he or she, is allowed the privilege of naming each of them. There's no prime minister involved here at all. And they put on their robes and their swords and their garters every now and then and go into St. George's Chapel to hold a solemn ceremony of some kind. And if they lifted up their robes, you could see the garter, and on the garter would be embroidered the motto of the most noble order of the Garter. And yes, that is where you would find the words Honi, Soit, Pense, the name you saw at the top of your order of service today. And I put it there because I want to talk about evil, and the motto says, evil to him who evil thinks. It's a curse. We don't like to talk about evil, though. We're liberals. It's icky. Nor do we like to talk about its sidekick known as sin. I did a few weeks ago, and some people were feeling really itchy about that. Our existence as religious liberals is in fact due to an obsession with evil and sin that permeated much of Christianity for generations, millennia. In fact, it goes back to good old Paul, who made it clear that all the evil we do is our fault, but all the good happens is God's fault. And we said, how does that work? And then we can go all the way up to modern times, when every time a gay marriage law is proposed, a flurry of anxiety occurs in some part of the Christian community, worried that somehow, somewhere, as H.L. Mencken put it, someone would be having too much fun.